Hello, boys and girls, and welcome to another wonderful day of first grade. Are you ready to learn something new? Awesome! Now, let's put on our thinking caps and our listening ears as we get ready for today's lesson. Do you remember what an obstacle is? Correct! An obstacle is anything or anyone that stops or prevents you from doing something or moving forward. Can you give an example of some obstacles? Great job! Yes, a traffic jam can be an obstacle, as well as a fear of something can be an obstacle. Also, a physical disability can be considered an obstacle. There are many forms of obstacles. Do you remember the story of David? David had an obstacle. His obstacle was a person by the name of Goliath. Goliath was a huge giant, but David was not afraid at all. David had faith that God would see him through. David faced his obstacle, Goliath, and he overcame his obstacle. Do you remember an obstacle that you overcame? Were you ever afraid to read out loud or to stand and give a presentation in front of your class? That was an obstacle. Or even dance in a group. That was an obstacle. How did you overcome your obstacles? Like many boys and girls today, people in the Bible experienced many obstacles. This is Samson. Samson was a special man of God. He was known for his great strength and his 7 long locks of hair. Samson's obstacles came from the Philistines. They did not like Samson. They were jealous of Samson and his great strength. Delilah was a woman that Samson loved very much, but she was also a Philistine. She betrayed Samson. After Samson's betrayal, Samson was chained, thrown in prison, and his eyes were gouged out, so he lost his sight. Samson had many obstacles to face. After many months, Samson prayed to God every day, and he asked God to renew his strength. Day by day, Samson's locks grew, and grew. And every day, Samson got stronger and stronger. One day, Samson regained all of his strength. He asked a little boy to lead him to the middle of the temple where the Philistines were having a great party. Samson walked to the middle of the temple. He pushed and pushed and pushed on the pillars of the temple until the entire temple fell in and everyone in the temple died. Like David and Samson, I am sure that you can overcome any obstacle that comes your way. One thing that David and Samson believed was that God would see them through. You can overcome anything that comes your way. If it's a fear of reading, or a fear of making friends, or if you have a physical disability, just remember that through Christ, you can do all things. Change the way you see your obstacles, and you would change the way that you go through them.